Alright, it's Jump Off TV. We're back with the debates, obviously here with a massive pizza in front of us. The MOBOs took place last night, yeah? I'm not even gonna lie, I think Snips is probably the UK's most wanted just because of him venting his opinion in it.
Who's angry at what I had to say?
No, I'm just saying what I saw. What I saw on Twitter. I saw a lot of stuff that was vented against Snips sharing his opinion.
Really?
Snips is gonna just from people.
Wait. Let me just say something. I saw Snips tweeting and stuff. Yeah. I'll let you say all of the stuff that you're gonna say. There was a lot of things that I did agree with. However, the one issue that I did have, and the one issue that I do have with some people, is that there's a lot of half cups empty. When there's a lot of positives about what happened yesterday as well. But I just feel like people just focus on negativity so much.
This is what you got to understand, Chucky. I know what you said to me about you got to look at the positives, like Skepta won an award and Krypton Conan won an award. This is the issue, Stormzy, Krypton Conan and Skepta, they're supposed to win MOBOs. That's what the MOBOs is for. So it's gone so far away from what it is that we actually feel like we should be grateful when credible artists who make black music win MOBO awards. Like, we should be grateful for it. We should be grateful. That's a given. Skepta's supposed to win an award.
Exactly, and we're supposed to celebrate it.
Yeah, but
that's the thing. So it's like, I understand that there is an element of it that is a bit dodgy and that we don't agree with. But at the same time, fuck all of that, because it's starting to get a bit better though.
It survives.
It's starting to get a bit better though.
It's not though, it's getting worse, bro. Come on, man.
Are you talking from a music standpoint it's getting worse, or are you talking about the representation of the MOBOs as an award ceremony in itself is getting worse? Like, what is the music caliber in the UK? Is that low so that what they're achieving is
I think
wrong?
Both, because one is feeding the other. This is like, so to break down, because this always happens, I say stuff on Twitter, people get it misconstrued, and then I use this as a way to articulate myself better. My issue is this, right? When UK rhyme, hip hop, R&B, whatever, when it started to get label interest, the labels started making young black artists rap and sing over shit that sounded like Euro pop, like Eurovision kind of music, like shit pop music. And the issue is, as we as fans of this music never stood up and said, this is bullshit, this isn't what we're about, this is not part of the culture. We got behind it.
Some people did though.
Some people did, but for the most part, we got behind it and we celebrated it and we said, alright, this is our scene, people are making money, people are doing well. So now from a label perspective, labels are looking at it like, okay, so we've infiltrated this culture. Now what we need to do is put a white face on this music, because essentially it's music that white people have been making for years. It's just pop music, and then we can take that audience and then we can sell it to a wider demographic anyway, because Sam Smith is a lot easily marketable than a Skepta is in places like fucking Doncaster or whatever.
See, the reality is these lot keep talking about they're only feeding us scraps or whatnot, and I see it a little bit, but I just feel like there was a bigger progression in terms of what we had to offer in the MOBOs this year, innit? Yes, Sam Smith won a whole bunch of MOBOs or whatever, and yes, there were others that did, but guess what? Skepta won. Guess what? Fecky and Meridian Dan performed. Guess what? Krypton Conan won. Guess what? Stormzy won. Like, there's still a lot of things that were happening in there for us to shout about, and I feel that if we keep shouting about these things and looking at the next thing, like how last year we were saying there needs to be a grime category, they put a grime category in. Now let's look at other things, best producer. Let's look at other little things that we can do to make this thing better, and within 5 years I believe that it will be exactly where we need it to be. But until now, it's not as bad as everybody's making it seem to be. It was alright.
So now, the MOBOs, essentially, you've got to remember, they're going to be in the pockets of these major labels. They're not just an independent-based company. They are in the pockets of these majors, which is why they're giving awards to the Sam Smiths and the Jessie J's or whatever. So when people are mad at the MOBOs, you have to be mad at the fact that what we did, we supported that shit for it to get there. Now, I know what people are going to say. It's like, let me just finish, and then you can say whatever. With the MOBOs, the whole purpose of why the MOBOs existed was to shine light on what the mainstream media never had a good representation of black music in this country. I'm not saying Sam Smith isn't a great artist. Give him a brick. Let him have a brick. The bricks are already shining light on white pop music, which is essentially what Sam Smith was making. And let's not get it twisted, it's not about colour. I'm not saying you shouldn't want it because he's white, because when Daly won a MOBO, applauds to him, because Daly makes black music. Daly should have won a MOBO.
So you're thinking Sam Smith don't make
They're not making black music, they're making pop music.
Do you know what?
Skepta
I 100%
supposed to win a MOBO.
Of course.
Krypton Conan is supposed to win MOBOs.
The point I'm trying to make is that we're supposed to celebrate that too. We can't just say just because they're supposed to win, we just sweep it under the carpet.
No, but
the
what
element wait, Snitch. The element I'm trying to get here is that although I agree with wholeheartedly what you're saying, I believe that within time, not today, but in time, all of these things that we're talking about will come into fruition. But right now, the reality is that these things are going to happen. So we need to celebrate loudly at all of the things that we do agree with.
What does it
with
mean?
all of the things that we...
When you're given an award by an organisation that doesn't essentially represent what you're
the organisation is not the problem. The problem is okay, you have black artists signed, you have UK hip hop, you have grime, you have garage that got picked up as well. You look at So Solid. But the problem is, the biggest problem is there isn't black representation in the actual industry where, for example, the A&Rs, the people in the media, the people doing the plugins, the people
but the MOBOs is the one thing that is supposed to be.
I take that. There isn't enough. There can always be more.
There should be more. Yeah, because
there could be more.
Yeah.
But you know what the reality is?
There are people.
Some of the dudes that are signing some big acts are black. Glenn or whatever his name is from Virgin, he's got a lot of the top dons that's out there right now doing a lot of things. Whether it be on that commercial.
It's not about colour. It's not about a black guy signing them, a black artist.
Not black, but
it's talking
someone
about
from that
representing
world,
the culture. So if there's a black A&R where he's having to answer to 50-year-old guys in suits who know nothing about the culture, it doesn't actually make a difference what colour the A&R is who's signing the artist.
Please let me get this next, yeah? You said about the you said about the MOBOs now, yeah, but who's the MOBOs owned by? That's a question to you.
It's Tanya King, no? Well, she's the head of, or the founder of the...
What ethnic background is she from? She's black.
Yeah.
She's African.
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying the way the MOBOs is set up is exactly how you said. But how the process, how it gets to that, like, there's little discrepancies that I agree with what you're saying, but the discrepancy is the labels are looking at the reality of this thing. If we take these guys from these little small areas, remember, we're not backing each other. So when somebody goes and does a dance beat now, yeah, like just to say Strider, for instance, yeah, he does that, and we say, yes, winning, millions, money, number one, you know what I'm saying, number twos. We have to celebrate that because was he actually going to do that with Tings and Boots or something like that, one of them? Yeah. So that's the reality of it. But the difference is if we want to do this thing by ourselves, you start another award session, and it's not got labels involved, and it's going to be by the people. If you don't like it as a group, as a collective, if everybody doesn't like what's happening, and we feel like we're getting pennies of something that is ours, music of black origin, then boycott it. Don't do it no more. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't go to the awards. When they nominate, don't go to there. Like the MOBOs awards, it's there to cater for the artists. If the artists don't feel like they're being catered for, do something about it. You and your fans do something about it. Create your own one.
That's what the MOBOs originally was.
Okay, but couldn't you say the same thing in terms of the direction of where urban music has gone, yeah? From starting very raw and very underground to becoming more infiltrated within the mainstream, yeah?
It's gone full circle again.
Okay, but if that has happened, doesn't the award ceremony that dictates that award showcase, doesn't that have to follow that?
The reason it's gone in that direction is part of a system in which that award ceremony is a part of.
Yeah, but it's the
And
artist's
we're
fault.
saying...
That's what I'm trying to say. Because when man made that... Yeah, but they do say no, but it doesn't matter when you got another 50,000 other people in the country that say yes.
But
you get what I'm saying?
Do you know what though?
I don't know, you know.
The artist shouldn't have made that music. You shouldn't have done that music.
Skepta made a video for 80 British pounds.
Yeah, and that was one of the biggest things that he championed. And I rate, you know what? Skepta wasn't even invited to the awards. He rolled up to with a night tracksuit and said on stage, "No one sent me a ticket. I got nominated for best video. I'm here, and I'm happy that that's the one award I won." Like that, and Krypton and Conan bringing out his mum on stage, and Stormzy winning Grime. Yeah. Those were the three highlights for me of that award ceremony. That was real UK.
I think that was a celebration
right there at Europa. That was from the heart.
What I'm saying is,
that was the biggest achievement of that.
See those things?
1,000%.
The whole award ceremony should be that. It shouldn't be that we feel grateful.
But it will.
It won't. 5 minutes.
It's
If we show that this is what we want.
I'm trying to say, Snitch, is that I feel that.
But that's what I'm saying. When I say this is what we want, I get told I'm a hater. But I'm saying this is what the people need to be.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I don't think the MOBOs are bad or I don't think they're evil, but I think they're part of a system that doesn't benefit initially what they started out to represent. So what I'm saying is that we shouldn't I'm not saying we shouldn't credit people like Skepta and Captain Conan for winning awards, but that should be a given that these artists are winning awards, because that's who the MOBOs is essentially supposed to be for. Whereas I feel like what happens is they give most of the pie to something that doesn't necessarily represent our culture and the music that has been a part of whether it be grime, hip hop, R&B, whatever. It doesn't represent that. So we end up giving it all to these other people that don't really come from that same world or from that same musical background, and then we give crumbs to a Skepta or a Captain Conan, and we end up being grateful for that. I don't think we should be grateful. I think we should essentially be having an award ceremony that represents where the actual essence of the music comes from. And if we had that, it wouldn't be a weird thing for a Skepta or a Captain Conan to win an award. That would be a given. These people are supposed to win awards. They make credible black music from London. These are the people that should be winning awards.
It's gradually getting there, because last year that would never have happened, bro. Last year, somebody winning a video in that circumstance would never have happened, bro. So it's showing that there's an element of progression in there somewhere.
Nah, it's called boycott. We don't boycott things no more. That's what we don't do as a big boycott.
But where would that get us?
Doing something we don't like, say we're not turning up. You can nominate us. We ain't turning up.
Yeah.
So when you call man to the stage, don't say, oh, he's off doing something else. Say, I didn't turn up.
Okay, what would that happen for the scene that you're trying to be part of, or you're trying to grow? What's that going to happen?
You're trying to say this thing's the devil, yeah? So this thing is the devil. Then you're trying to say, but where's our part in the devil and the hell? Then fuck it then.
Thank you. This is my point.
This is win with the devil.
This is my point.
No. Like, it's got nothing to do with that. It's called the big payback, innit? That's what it is, because Skepta started the independent, not Skepta, Boy Better Know. They started the whole independent movement, businesses, did everything, controlled all their money, and now look, they're gaining the same success. Somebody with a label with millions behind them, media behind them, you understand, everything, all exposure, everything. These people are able to literally use the underground because the underground still exists. London, we're so stupid, we don't know that in Birmingham there's artists that get 50,000 views, 120. But Skepta and them lot, they saw that and they went, oh, socks, bang.
Yeah, making moves with JDZ Media, picking up people like
why
JK.
That happened though? Because grime died in London. All the grime artists were doing pop.
Where's the majors? Where's the majors? JK, socks, all these people. You think I haven't shopped them to people? What do they say?
They don't need them anymore.
Do you think that the MOBOs,
not crazy.
do you not think that the MOBOs prove that street music is still relevant today?
Huh?
Do you think that the MOBOs prove that grime, street music?
First question, that's to everyone on who's here now. What is street music? Would someone want to define that? Because I don't know what that is.
Yeah. We're basically talking about black music. That's basically what we're talking about. Everyone sugarcoats it, uses urban.
That's what the ethos of the awards is, though, right? The music of black origin.
Yeah.
I understand you.
And do you know what?
I understand what
you know what?
said, yeah?
Skepta won a video.
Yeah.
He won a video award with £80 British.
Yeah,
That's good.
what Snip said about Sam Smith, yeah, this was in the Metro today. You
That's
done an
disgusting.
Instagram post of it.
That's disgusting.
Sam the man sells
Can I say
5 gongs in day of wins, yeah?
Can you just say something?
So, music of black origin award ceremony. That's the press.
No,
that
wait,
made the
can we
biggest
be
press.
clear?
Look, Talisa, Jessie J, Tori Kelly, Professor Green, whoever that is, Nicole Scherzinger.
Mims, let me take this quickly. Wait. Let me take this.
black babies?
No, there's not.
But what you said, there's
Can
one.
I just add a little clarity on this, yeah? This isn't what I'm going to say here, I don't feel is a disrespect to the MOBOs as an organisation. This is the writer, yeah? Now, the reason why I have a problem with this is not only is the fact that there's no black faces on there, but had there have been a stabbing that night, these two people here would have been Skepta and Stormzy. That there would have been Fecky. That there would have been Fecky. This here would have been Captain Conan. And that would have been probably Jade Avia from Capital X.
No, but wait, one second. You see, if you bring that back to reality now, yeah? If there was a stabbing there,
those faces wouldn't be on there like that, bro.
But why would they? Because which one of these friends is doing the stabbing?
No, but then why would you just assume that it was Skepta and these lot that were
No, we're not assuming that, but that's what would happen. Like, if you started stabbing and saw this, would you?
That's how the media works.
Yeah, but if you put a black face on there, it looks a little bit more.
That's how the media
adds
works.
to it,
And the
doesn't it?
problem is, we
that's
don't
the
have
thing.
enough-
That's the manipulation that is embedded in you. That's not the MOBOs, though. That's the right.
No, but this is a problem. This is a problem. The MOBOs have given an excuse for writers to do this. And the problem is, this is a symptom of something much bigger, yeah? And I said this on Twitter and people are like, no. In 50 years time, Eminem will be looked at as the king of rap music, yeah? In the same way that right now people look at Elvis Presley as the king of rock and roll.
The problem that everyone else has is that you've had a lot of artists come from an era and make it commercially, but you haven't had a lot of other professionals such as A&Rs, radio people, writers, stuff like that. So you still have kind of the old media and the new kind of industry going on. And the old industry and then the new kind of thing. And you can see the generation gap because you can see the grime kids now winning things independently and the industry having no idea what's happening when that happens.
He's definitely earned that spot. He is Nang.
Listen, I'm not
And
saying
you know
he's
where
not.
my
I'm not saying he's not.
That's the next debate.
Listen, this is not about. I don't have a problem with Sam Smith. I don't have a problem with Eminem. Why would I have a problem with white people contributing to hip hop? I'm a white person. That I would like to think I contribute to hip hop. Why would I have a problem? It's not that. My issue is the fact that in every form of black music, there is a media effort to reappropriate the music and essentially water down the music and put a white face on it. Why put a white face as an invention?
But you know what though?
I'm saying
But you know what though?
Skepta
Skepta won a video, £80. Like that's not watering down shit. That's not watering down
You're
nothing.
still not getting my point.
No.
Of who's giving the award to Skepta? It's an institution that thinks, well, in order to keep the lights on, let's give Sam Smith the best R&B, you know, not house. Sam Smith won the best R&B against who? Marsha from Flowetry. You fucking mad? Has Marsha ever won a fucking
The
MOBO?
problem is
If Marsha's never won a MOBO,
you know the problem is? No, let me tell you what the problem is with that. A lot of these kids would never have heard Marsha Ambrosius' album, Friends and Lovers. They wouldn't have.
Why though? Why? Why? Whose responsibility is it to make sure these kids hear it? Or it's the responsibility of the institutions that are set up to represent black music.
We are a part of
Isn't
it.
the MOBOs?
Well, us as DJs, we're a part of that too.
I play that music.
Us as DJs,
Yeah, you play that music, yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say. The responsibility that you're talking about, we haven't taken it up on ourselves. When Strider, love all them, you know, tings in boots and gun fingers, but the moment he went and said, yo, and made one of them dance songs, yeah, that's it. Should have got cut off from whatever was called urban. Cut off. So if you want to come back, you know, you better come back in due time. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, the reason why
It's not the easy
He's
to
not
cut
making
off
that
like
decision. He's not making that decision. Someone's giving him an advance and a bit of dough, and they're not clearing the album until they get that song. You understand? So he's not gonna make a living until he makes that song. They fuck you. You
You're
understand?
saying someone gave him a living, somebody gave him a chance. Okay, I understand that. I probably would have took the same thing. But as a group, once that happens, we have to say nah. But what happened instead of that happening? What happened? All the other artists said, shit, gotta get to the money. Gotta get to the money.
You know what? Cameron said it.
Is what you're saying.
Cameron said it.
Focus changes.
Not everybody changes.
Dizzy's changing. Everyone. Name someone who did it.
Skepta.
What you talk a bad boy? Oh my gosh.
What's that?
Bad boy. What's that?
But today,
No, I'm not talking about today.
Yeah, but we have to talk about today.
Because
though.
I'm not-
Tinchy,
I'm
you
talking
can't
about
say that
Strider now.
Tinchy's come back and made something like That's Not Me. He hasn't come back to the roots and showed that back again. Skepta's evidently gone and shown that
Skepta, in
he
my
has.
opinion, is a very smart. He's a very smart guy. And what he's doing in the underground and trying to get to the overground, he's noticed something that a lot of people have noticed now. That when you do it without the labels, longevity is inevitable.
Can't say, that's why Lethal B's winning. That's why he's taking it. That's why
1000%.
at the end of the day he's winning to the highest degree because everything's going through him himself.
Yeah, but not a lot of people knew that. So when a label says to you,
but then
we're going to sign you,
they were forced in that position. They didn't. They started.
country, and you
They
said you can make a
started trying to
million.
get in.
So that it happens.
Oh, yeah, to wrap it up, yeah.
The MOBOs no more.
To wrap it up with the MOBOs, yeah. What do you think? Do you think they should still carry on in where they are to support black music? To where is it going to benefit it? There was one thing that I didn't actually get to say out there. I filmed a prank video there last night when it took place, and I dressed up as Jay Sean, and I wanted to see if they would actually believe me to see whether I could actually get into the venue. Went into there, everybody on the red carpet said no, got to the box office and they turned around and they obviously said, all right, Mr. Sean, sorry for the inconvenience. Here are 2 tickets for you to enjoy your night. For me, award ceremony, that happening, doesn't really make sense because I look nothing like Jay Sean at all.
I think it's
In
gonna
years
get
to come.
We should make a decision whether we're going to
get
support them. You
It's
understand
gonna
what I
get-
mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I
Are
agree
we going to
with that.
support them?
And I will.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's us, we make the music.
Okay.
We got control of everything.
Okay.
And I will.
Control all the fans. Fuck. If every rapper says, yo,
You're artist, yeah. You're artist, yeah. You're doing your thing
Yeah.
fully independently, yeah?
Yeah.
You're not even trying to go to the MOBOs. You've created so much heat. The MOBOs have asked you to now come because you're nominated for an award. Would you go?
all right, let me show you.
Would you go?
Let me show you.
Would you go?
No, I'm gonna ask you.
We'll talk.
Would you
Right
go?
now.
First thing is,
Would you go?
we'll do
We'll
it right
answer it
now.
right now.
Right now. If somebody asks me,
No, but you're answering it with a question.
Oh my gosh! Let me answer. I want to answer it. Roxanne, yeah. All right, quick short. No, I wouldn't go.
You wouldn't.
Depending
Why?
on what I'm doing with my music and my fan base. If my fan base thinks that is not what I should be, and I feel like that's not where I should be, I'll boycott it. And you know what? I'll get champions.
Why would you
for
make that music?
I will get
Why would you
champions.
make the music?
I'm gonna ask you, look,
No, it's not. MOBOs ain't music.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think the hip hop and R&B, the black music scene in America would do if BET gave Justin Bieber the best R&B award? What do you think the community would do? They'd say, "Fuck that, fuck the BET awards, it's sold out."
And
But
it really
wasn't
got
Iggy Azalea nominated for Bear Award?
They already had problems with that.
I don't know, they get shit like that.
I don't think she won, but wasn't she nominated quite a lot?
But
It would never. That's what I'm saying. It would never happen. You think Miley Cyrus is winning best R&B at a BET award?
But Justin Timberlake did make a few dope R&B
No,
tracks
but
on the album.
Justin
He makes
Timberlake.
R&B though.
Justin Bieber.
Oh, Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Justin
Well, all that matters
this
is
is
the
the thing,
R&B
people are
joint, I'm not
forgetting.
gonna lie.
I'm not talking about white people and black people. I'm talking about white. I'm talking about black music. Amy Winehouse, if she won a MOBO, yes, she made fucking soul music. Daly made soul music.
You don't think Sam Smith makes soul music?
Everyone,
You don't think Sam Smith makes soul music?
I think
I think he makes an element of soul music.
Yeah,
he
I think
makes pop ballads.
there's
The
influence.
truth of the matter is
black
everybody's
music
making
within
black music. What we're talking about in this
See,
in
this
moment.
is the other argument. Essentially, anything with a beat is
Yeah,
black
everybody's
music. So
making
how
black
we
music. No, not even
define
a beat. I'm just mean like what Sam Smith is making is black music.
everything's black music.
No, it's actually black music. Not even too
That's
far.
a whole
Not like
different debate.
congos and banging drums. It's black music.
We shouldn't even box black music. It's just is what it is like, because that means that a black girl can't be a violinist and shit.
That's not the case. That's not what I'm trying to say.
I don't think we're going to move
But
on.
alright, if we
Well,
can't
at the
if we
same
can't
time-
establish what black music is, because it's such a grey area, it should at least be established.
It's just music.
Yes,
That's
it's
it.
just
That's what it
music.
is.
That's
It's just music.
Understood. But the whole
What we're saying is
the whole-
accept us in the music.
but
Like
the whole thing
don't
of what
don't.
the MOBOs was there for was to shine
No,
light
accept if you
on
want
music.
to take the music and take all the. Look at this pizza. Look at this pizza. This is the greatest
Snips,
thing.
I do think that
They,
Wait, go on,
they
go on,
leave
go on,
us
look at his
this.
analogy.
They leave us this. Do you understand?
How can you have?
and
They
we
take the
celebrate
whole
that,
thing, they leave us
and then we
this.
celebrate that like
And we don't.
We're using
No,
analogies,
it wasn't
yeah?
that bad.
We're using analogies,
It
yeah?
wasn't that
Man
bad.
brought this pizza. This is
wasn't
my
that
pizza,
bad.
fam. How could you leave me this?
I don't
Do you
think it
understand
was
what I'm saying?
that
I
bad.
bought the pizza. How can you leave me
This
this?
is your
We're
pizza.
collective.
Yeah,
We're
this is
collective.
your pizza. They gave that to Sam Smith. They gave that to you, and now you're supposed to be.
You can't do that to me.
Now you're supposed to be.
On that note, leave it there. The pizza is the
told my
MOBO
fans, I
Awards.
say it's not the
Obviously,
MOBOs.
their people are unhappy.
The debates are filmed before a live audience at Bloomsbury Bowling Lanes on Thursdays at 9 p.m. If you are interested in being in the audience, please email info@jumpoff.tv.